Now, as you all know, someone only really lashes out when they have some deep-seated emotional issues. And not at all because they're just a bit of a prick. Well, in the last episode we saw another side to Garfield. Such a vulnerable, misunderstood chap. And also far younger than I think I had ever thought. And that doesn't at all bring into any questions about the ethical issues of basically a child rushing through and slaughtering a bunch of people when they're a little bit angry. But that's the world we live in ReZero. So, ignoring that, we still got the trials ahead, and Emilia should be doing a little better now. Time will tell, and with the walls completely scrawled on. At least she has some reading material. Let's go. Going all the way back to Emilia cased in ice. And the fateful encounter with Puck. Can we see a little more about this scene? That OVA movie thing was pretty good, wasn't it? And with the world defrosting. She has a spring in her step. Is a stroll through the forest not up to her standards? She's quite standoffish. Does that mean that technically anyone that has a strong enough will can also affect the dream world? From everything that we've seen Echidna, she is difficult to understand completely. But when it's about information and knowledge, she'll do what she can to obtain it. My memory is terrible as is, so I don't know if I've repressed anything. But I know of people who apparently have. And as a defense mechanism, the brain is a interesting bit of equipment. She was sent here to play, and yet it's barred with a large plank of wood. It's just like Garfield's reminiscence of his past. How could you tell? Is when you're younger, you're allowed to be a bit carefree and not really worry about too much. Did she inherit the hairpin as well? Um, are we going to get the complete rundown now? Is it just going to scratch the surface and then something terrible is going to happen? There goes the bar. Mm. Nah. Her first contact with a spirit? Follow it through the wall. Ah, she's actually following it through the wall. Are you going to like the scene that you see, though? I think announcing your sneakiness is less sneaky. They are the same kind of robes that the sloth. He was almost normal. What is the burden they bear? The world seemed so much calmer back then. So are they a kind of civilization that hasn't seen much of the outside world? Plus, buildings that have thatch roofs like that is always nice. And what exactly is going on behind the scenes? What? Well, yeah, okay. At least they are seemingly out for like her best interests. We know what the future holds for. I'm not sure if I prefer the conversations that we're having with Beetlegeist now, or his little eccentric character from later or earlier. Or You don't have to take on everything by yourself. Quick, run back to your painting in the house. What do you mean, what? Just put the rock back and act normal. How you managed to get so covered in grime and whatnot is... Well, kids managed to make a mess of everything, so... Ah. Hide the rest of what she's been doing by making a bigger mess. Her treatment now compared to what she has been through. The rest of it. How her life might have changed if it continued to be this kind of sweet, I guess. Not having to worry about the outside world. Was she using it as a compliment? This was just the bare introduction. Her actual parents? Ah, that as well. Such a bad influence, this little ball of light. Very nice of you. Has she hidden the hole in the wall with a poster or something? Her usual escape route, that little hill. The lives and affairs of adults, especially when it comes to what seems to be general trade, isn't that interesting. Ah. Who said it was a joke? The fact that Beetle guys can say something like that so heartfelt and yet it seems so completely detached to who we know him as. Baka. Coming down with something? Does he have to ask every time? Because I'm sure if there had been an issue, she might say something. But what does it take to keep this seal closed? I wish I could speak spirit and know exactly what was being offered there. Yeah, a intricate, ornate, creepy door in the middle of a forest emanating frost. Nothing odd with that at all. Is this what caused the permafreeze? Your life is ruined. And his two new best friends. Good point, Otto. Are you regretting what you did, Subaru? Either way, there's no need to worry about it right now. Think about the repercussions later. And how long have you been waiting now? Don't talk it up as if she's going to fail. While Emilia is stuck doing the trial, having a bit more of the story unfold and take a step forward would be nice. If anything was to happen now, why is she suffering so much? And if Subaru was to fail and die again now, would the return spot be changed at all? Because it's bolted to the floor. Do you find nothing odd about this scene? Oh no, she wants to paint the forest white. That may become more of a reality than she realises. I would like to have spirits and voices telling me important things about the world. Yeah, she's not very good at hiding. Oh yeah, he's never really met Emilia, has he? Or... oh no. Is this what broke his mind? Emilia, what have you done? He's just seen his life purpose. Complex emotions. I really don't know what's going on with all of the witch cults and the stories of what they were before. But how's Mother Fortuna going to feel about Emilia's presence being revealed to him so soon before planned? Striving forward with strength of heart. Accept your weakness and work on it to grow to even greater strengths. Yep, because you are a sardonic little madam, isn't she? It's time for the main event. And we're not going to really get shown it. He's not used to all of this exercise. She has an explorer's mind, wanted to go out and have fun and see what the arts. No. What a power pose. But she obeys, though. You fell for it. It was a trap. Were the rules put in place before the game? Do you listen to everything the fairies say? Yep, take accountability for your own actions. Yeah, that much about her didn't really change despite the hardship she's been through. An important lesson. Is that why she's so affected by people breaking their word? I was about to say, I've heard better voice acting crying. Cuts to Beetlejuice. I have a very active imaginary friends. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's time for some education on what these spirits are. See, some basic lessons might be nice. Technically, yes. There are some things that you probably don't want to divulge too early on, but just teaching someone about their future and possibilities isn't a bad thing. It's all your fault, Beetlegeist. Juice. They're fighting against it so hard. Actually, no, I don't. A good way out of that. How it all wraps together and how people know each other in this, I didn't think that there'd be these kind of interactions. Is it a promise? That's... Oh, okay, I was about to say, that's not saying it's a promise, but... Is that promise going to have to be postponed for a while? And now that I've seen this and understood a bit of Emilia's past now, I want to go back and watch season 1 again once I've finished all of this. The Archbishop of Pride or something? The one of the... that was with Gluttony when Rem vanished from existence. Can't think of anyone else who wore something like that. Bright white with gold trim. Yep. Was it Pride? Can't remember. Something. Not making the best first impression. This can only go well. Self-satisfied, shit-eating grin. Oh, greed. Oh well. I'm not too upset that I got those two mixed up, but still. Why is he here? Was Juice on the path to being the Archbishop of Sloth? Or did this interaction change it all? We've seen what the years did to Pietro Juice. But the Archbishop of Greed hasn't really changed much, has he? Time's been very kind. And of course, something like this was going to happen after they had raised so many flags about promises to be kept. But compared to earlier episodes of this second half, we've went through the suffering, the anguish, the death and destruction, and now we're getting more into the emotional tidings of war. The events that shaped people's destinies to who they would become. And I'm sure there's going to be other little trinkets that it divulges which will change my view on someone entirely. If you enjoyed this episode and want to see more, leave a like and a comment down below. Your interaction really helps out. And if you just want to tell me what a good boy Betelgeuse Juice is, join onto my Discord. I think I need a juice emote now. But ReZero is fun. It is definitely up there with one of my one of the shows that I really enjoy the most. So I hope you join me again. Subscribe to the channel not to miss out. We're about to be thrown into the rabbit hole, probably of pain. And ice. A lot of ice. I'll see you there. My patrons effectively let me live in the fantasy world that is watching anime, and without them I don't think I'd be able to live the life I am. So if you want to help keep me locked away for my own protection, why not join on to my Patreon as well? Because Sal, Raywin, Electric Ant, Dynamite 1997, Shiwan, Jennifer Rojas, Mecha, Stinsfire, Big Boy, Dark Shadow 7899, Mats and everyone else have continued to stop by to bring me clothes and food. So thank you.